Hello everyone, this is your girl Sugary Girl Candy 2012 and I'm here to bring you guys some more gaming news. So basically, I come across this a pretty lot, but you know what? Let me just get through this and I'm gonna give you guys like how I feel about it because I've just been feeling like really funny. Okay, he said The Witcher 3 dev DAI is good, but too many fetch quests. And for many of you don't know what that stands for, that's Dragon Age Inquisition. Okay, speaking with Eurogamer.e, The Witcher 3 dev, I can't even pronounce his name, so I'm just going to say MT, lead quest designer at CD Projekt, spoke about Dragon Age Inquisition, which has been recently praised with many Game of the Year awards after its successful release. Yes, it has. When prompted by the interviewer, he mentioned his appreciation for the game while also stating that it contains too many fetch quests for his taste. For my taste, it could do with less fetch quests, but it's still a good game. And ultimately, it increases the diversity, which can be never wrong with role-playing games. This comes after not too long ago, BioWare's creative director Mike Laidlaw praised The Witcher as a badass game. Tom went on to talk about two games he really likes, Fallout New Vegas and Gothic. Really? Because a lot of people didn't really like Fallout New Vegas. And I guess one reason why people didn't like Fallout New Vegas was due to the whole, I don't know, the whole way they changed the system. Because it wasn't exactly, I don't believe Dragon Age, Fallout, I don't believe Fallout was, I think it was more so produced by a different company, but Bethesda pretty much were the what do you call it? The publishers with Fallout New Vegas, but Bethesda were the ones that actually made Fallout 3. But you can see like the varying differences between Fallout New Vegas and Fallout 3. One doing with the whole, you know, bad and good system, and I personally didn't like the way it worked in New Vegas. I liked the way it worked in Fallout 3, where if you don't know, like in Fallout 3, well, in all Fallouts you can choose to be bad, good, or neutral. My character in Fallout 3 was pretty neutral, I can say, but in Fallout New Vegas I felt like I couldn't be like too good. Well, I felt like I couldn't be too bad, or I couldn't be, well, I feel like I couldn't be really that much neutral as well as not that much. I couldn't be that much. I couldn't be that you know, neutral, or I couldn't be too bad, because either way, you know, it's a lot of factions in the game, so it's like basically regardless of how you act, it's how, you know, you'll be treated by certain factions in the game. And like, I don't know, I just did not like the way, you know, it worked in Fallout New Vegas and whatnot. So, I mean, it kind of rubbed off a little in Fallout 3, but I mean, you know, it was just like totally different. So, I mean, I don't know. Anyway, he said even the monsters, there were these beasts who used to constantly tear me. What were their names? Deathclaws, just horrible creatures, since you could not just rush through them. Also, Gothic and open world on a smaller scale were very well done with no scale. I never heard of Gothic. You know, I'm gonna have to check it out. But he right, Deathclaws were freaking assholes. They were more annoying than the what do you call them? I don't know, I forgot what the big huge dudes that you used to run into. They were more annoying than them dudes. Like, cause Deathclaws take like literally how many hits till it kills you? And it's just, they're so creepy looking, and then they're like really extremely fast and whatnot. But then I end up in Fallout 3, I believe. Yeah, was it Fallout 3 or Fallout New Vegas? I don't even remember. But I think it was in one of those games in which I built like the actual Deathclaw gun, the little nail gun. I don't know how something like that, where I don't know how something like that will honestly work for them. I don't know. Well, it's when this is how I would do it. I would just like, when I see a Deathclaw coming towards me, or I see one in the field, in the, like, you know, in the near distance, and I want to kill one just to get, you know, some mad points. I kind of just like lay the ground up with, like, I make sure I always have a lot of landmines, and I make sure they always be strong as hell. And as he runs towards me, he hits every landmine coming. But, you know, soon that wasn't, you know, like starting to be enough. So basically, I built I believe it was called the railgun, in which you like use nails, and basically you said that was like the best way to slow a Deathclaw down, because you know, you would shoot it at their legs and they would move really slow, like extremely slow, and then like it'll give you, you know, ample time to freaking kill it. Yeah, I think it was in Fallout 3 because that's one of the Deathclaws killed my dog meat, and I was mad, and I ended up getting dog meat's predecessor, not predecessor. Predecessor. Oh Lord, I ended up getting dog meat's. I don't know if it counts as like his puppy or whoever as my you know, animal companion after that. He said, personally, I love Dragon Age Inquisition overall, as you can read in our reviews. Sure, there are a few fetch quests here and there, but it's extremely hard to completely avoid them once the developer sets out to produce a game almost 100 hours long. It would be interesting to see how The Witcher 3 fares in this regard, since they're also aiming to shoot for similar longevity. Regardless, as an RPG fan, it's great to have all these different takes on the genre, don't you agree? Yes, I do agree, and this is what also brings me to my next thing. So, I mean, a lot of people, well, I mean, yeah, a lot of people say, like, you know, Dragon Age, Dragon Age, well, some people, not a lot of people, say some people say that, you know, I don't know how it won all these awards and it's just a fetch this, fetch that, blah, blah, blah type of game, and you do this and that. Like, I'm like, okay, like, isn't that like a majority of what all open world sandbox like games do? Isn't it about doing something for other people? You're like, what the hell, like GTA, Saints Row, Fallout, basically you're doing shit for people. I mean, if you weren't doing anything for other people, what honestly would there be to do? I mean, props to this developer if you think he can do better, or, you know, if there's going to be less of that, or if there's going to be another way around it. But I mean, that's just my take. I just believe, you know, all RPGs, open world games, whatever you want to call them, contain, you know, a sense of, you know, having to fetch and do stuff for other people. I mean, I personally didn't mind them, honestly. You know what? I mean, I don't honestly mind, like, you know, fetch quests in any open world or sandbox game, to be honest. I mean, I think it just adds more to the game and may unlock some things that you weren't expecting to be unlocked and blah, blah, blah. So, I mean, I personally don't have a problem with it, but apparently some people do. All you do is fetch, but I mean, that's basically what you do. What you're doing in an open world and sandbox game, you're doing stuff for other people, or else what would there honestly be to do? I mean, I don't know, man. That's just my take on it. So, what do y'all, like, personally think of this whole situation? If you played Dragon Age Inquisition and you beat it or whatever, do you think that, you know, there were a little too much, you know, fetching and doing stuff for other people, or do you think it was just right? Or do you, like me, you know, personally don't really mind it because, you know, it adds a little more to the game than just, you know, just do quest after quest, you know, do major quest after major quest after major quest. Sometimes I like doing little shit, you know what I'm saying, instead of just doing all the big shit all the time. That'd be like me playing like GTA or Saints Row or whatever and just doing like the mini activities and never, you know, and, you know, no, it'll be like me just like playing all the major quests of like a GTA game or like a Saints Row game, not doing any of the side missions or any of the side activities that they have in the game, just going straight into the big missions. I personally don't like to do that. For me, it adds longevity to the game when I'm doing like side quests and I'm doing like, you know, fetch quests or whatever the case may be. You know, it adds longevity to me. So I mean, I don't know. But that's just my opinion. What's your opinion on this situation? Do you really think that Dragon Age Inquisition, if you played it, has too many fetch quests? And are you personally like the type of person that don't actually mind that? And do you believe like it adds more to the game and longevity of that game when you do it? So yeah, leave them down below. Let me know what y'all think, and I will speak back to you guys as soon as I can. Deuces.